Hi, so I've been walking around the house and I've found my first item, that I think does not function well. This is one of my favourite ones to talk about, partly because, well, you can see it's backwards, the Clever Sharp, but the Clever Sharp describes itself as the world's best knife sharpener. And how it works is you just pop it on the desk. You sit this handle here and it's got like a plunger foot so that it's attached now to the desk. I can pop it up, give it a bit of a pull, and it's free again from the desk. So how am I going about analysing this? Well, thinking about the forms, then the terms of function, how we analyse how well something works. Ergonomics, well, you can see it's comfortable, it's easy to hold, there's nothing in here that's cutting me, this clasp is working well, you know, that's quite nice there on your fingers, so ergonomically I'm good with it. Cost was fairly cheap. It's user friendly in the sense that it did actually sharpen knives well, and it was quite safe and quite stable, and one of the things in terms of user friendliness or fit for purpose, does it do its job? Yes, it sharpens knives, but in particular it doesn't take up an awful lot of room in the kitchen, which my kitchen's quite small. That's really useful. So it's going well there on ergonomics, it's going well on cost, it's user friendly, it's stable. We can see it's got some little plastic covers here approaching the blade, so I can't, cut myself on the knife sharpening bit. The three areas that it actually falls down, and hopefully you can see if I just hold them up to the camera there, this plastic topping here was actually originally all the way along, and what I'm holding is a broken Clever Sharp. Now potentially they are the #1 knife sharpening seller, because the first thing I did when this broke and this top part broke off was buy another one, because they weren't very expensive and lots of things about it was good. And then the second one broke, and it broke in the same way. And the reason for that is because, well, we'll just say that its durability then and how long it lasts is quite poor. And the materials is the reason why. So what we've actually got are metal screws integrating with plastic components, and 9 times out of 10 where you get that, the plastic has it's quite brittle, as we know, but it will want to have some form of flex to it, and so when it flexes, when you put weight down on it with the knife, or when you're putting this clamping down, the plastic is just snapping, and it's snapping across the screw holes there, and the whole thing is broken, and the whole thing is unusable when it's broken. So because it's plastic as well, and because that happened to 2 of them fairly quickly, then it gets across in my box for environment, because we know that this plastic doesn't break down easily. It gets in the food chain, in the oceans. It's just not a recyclable, sustainable material really. And this one, whilst it did a good job and a worthwhile job, it didn't last long enough to be worth the materials that were spent on it. So it's just causing a lot of landfill. So ergonomics, yes. Durable, no. Cost, well, yes, apart from the fact that you end up buying loads and loads of them. Is it user-friendly? Yes. Was it stable and safe? Yes. Strength, not great. Durability, not great. And because of that, environment, not great. Part 2 of the task that I want you to do is have a look at how could this be improved then. So where did that error happen? Well, we know it happened not so much in the design of the shape and the components and the way that it's supposed to work, or the size, but that happened in choice of materials. And what would you do about it? Well, interestingly enough, the smart cookies at Clever Sharp brought out the Clever Sharp Pro, and the Clever Sharp Pro is a stainless steel version of the exact same model. Now it looks different because this one has its completed top plate rather than a big broken hole, but it's still got that clamp which is locking a sucker pad onto the desk. They even added on this one like a little extra kind of deburring pad there to make it even safer. I find it hard to fault this. So part one of your task, have a look around the home at something that does not function well. Judge it based on the components of function that we talked through that are in your list. Have a look at which of those are failing, if more than one possibly, and then have a think about how you would address it to make an improvement, just like the people at Clever Shop.